So through the use of this great data, the AI model can determine the most optimal intermediary to use for each applicable instruction based upon defined parameters within the payment instruction. And this could really bring the customer experience to the next level by speeding up payments and avoiding unexpected fees along the payment chain.
AI couldn't be a hotter topic right now. The Evident AI Index names CBA as the #1 APAC bank and ranked 6th globally for AI maturity. We've also turned the page and are now talking about ethical AI, for which CBA is ranked #1 globally. Welcome to the exciting world of global payments and the big issues across this industry. You're listening to Commonwealth Bank's Global Payment Series with me, Carli Renzi, Managing Director of Institutional Client Coverage at CBA. And I want to spend some time talking about what's going on with AI and payments. I'm delighted to be bringing Nick Fanning, Executive Manager, International Payments at CBA, here with me today.
Thanks for inviting me along today, Carli.
So Nick, we have the payments data, we have the capabilities that CBA has at the Centre for AI, and we're already working with AI in payments. Like today, we're already using AI in sanction screening to reduce false positives. And I think there's many ways to remove frictions in payments experience. In particular, as we use AI and large language models with the unstructured rich data from ISO. And I think your recently awarded APAC Swift Innovation for AI smart routing is a great example of that. And I want to congratulate you and welcome you here.
Thanks, Carli. We're really all very proud of that.
It's a really great example of the type of thinking you get when you have AI experts in the bank, a passion for payments, and a real bias towards data and innovation. But before we jump into the details, how did the smart routing idea come about?
Thanks. Well, Swift launched their inaugural Innovation Challenge back in November, where they called for innovative AI solutions to streamline global financial transactions. There were two streams within the competition. The first, optimize, how can you use AI to optimize payments? And the second was detect, how AI-based solutions could help to detect and mitigate financial crime. So we got a team of 6 together that was keen to take on this challenge. We're all from different squads, so came with different expertise, and we started to brainstorm some ideas. We ended up settling on the optimize stream, and we wanted to address the payment routing inefficiency through the use of AI. We know friction can still occur within international payments. It's something that banks and the broader community, including the G20, are very actively looking to address, particularly around the areas of cost, speed, transparency, and access. Once we had our idea, that was the start of the smart routing AI journey.
That's great, Nick. Maybe could you share a little bit about how it works and in particular how it leverages AI? I guess some of our listeners will be interested of whether this is CBA IP. For example, did your team write the code themselves and work through this?
Yes, the code was written by one of our team and really was incredible to see how quickly they could get this prototype running. So how it works is based on data available through international payments. Since the introduction of Swift GPI back in 2017, 2018, and now the introduction of the ISO 20022 messaging standards, we now have a greater amount of valuable data than ever before. The model would consume data points from historical international payments, such as end-to-end speed, total fees or deductions, and number of intermediaries used. So when a payment is initiated, the model would assess based upon parameters such as the payment currency, the destination country, or the end recipient bank, and the data points it already has, and determine which is the most optimal intermediary to use for the payment. Within the smart routing AI model, weighting could also be adjusted to determine which is more important when comparing speed versus deductions. And importantly, the activation point could come when customers select certain ISO purpose of payment codes, such as financial or medical aid, education, or salary. And the really great thing about the model is it uses the feedback loop to continually enhancing its predictions, whereby the analytics from its predictions are continuously used to retrain the model.
Thanks, Nick. We're afforded some pretty great data from the significant transactional volumes that we have, both in terms of inbound and outbound from Australia and New Zealand. Is it fair to say that smart routing AI will enhance customer experience as we think about customers sending out international payments?
Well, it could be quite transformational. A traditional way of routing payments is to use static tables that are hard-coded into a bank's payment processor. Now, these tables have fixed rules that need to be manually updated to make any changes, and this can be quite inefficient and inflexible. With the Smart Routing AI tool, it's about the payment data we have available. Not only do we have the highest outbound transaction volumes of any bank within our region, as you mentioned, but we also see about 1 in every 2 inbound commercial payments to Australia. So through the use of this great data, the model could determine the most optimal intermediary to use for each applicable instruction based upon defined parameters within the payment instruction. And this could really bring the customer experience to the next level by speeding up payments and avoiding unexpected fees along the payment chain.
So you've done a lot of work to get to this point, but smart routing AI is still quite novel. It'd be good to understand how you see it evolving in the future.
It's still in the proof of concept phase as showcased for the Swift Innovation Challenge. However, we're exploring how we can take it to the next stage. An area I see it evolving is in 24/7 processing. CBA can already receive Aussie dollar payments 24/7, and we're working hard to replicate this for outgoing foreign currency payments. I foresee that the smart routing AI model could play an important role here by determining which agent to use based on, let's say, the day of the week. Is it a weekend? Is it a weekday? What is the provider's capabilities? Do they have 24/7 faster payment access overseas? Balances in our Nostro's funding, etc. And with that, it can really help us as we strive to meet our first set of G20 targets for speed, transparency, and cost ahead of 2027.
That's a really good point, Nick. And we're moving pretty quickly in payments modernisation. Everything into 24/7 real-time availability while prioritising stability and reliability. And obviously, we're also putting data at the centre by going ISO native. Others listening will be interested in your learnings. And as you've thought about the application for smart routing AI, can you share some of these for our overseas bank partners?
Yes, some really important points there, Carli, especially about going ISO native. Now, we made the decision to completely modernize our technology estate to go ISO native as part of our ISO 20022 transformation program and our broader payments modernization agenda so that we can both leverage the full benefits within CBA, such as reducing operational risk, increasing efficiency, and providing the benefits through to our customers. Now, one of the learnings is that with great data that CBA has, there are opportunities to apply different models for optimizing the payments experience through the use of AI, not just improving payment routing. This could include reconciliation, both from a customer perspective and from an internal bank perspective is a prime area, as this can be a source of operational inefficiency and payment delay. Another is predictive analytics, helping to predict future trends, customer behavior, Nostro funding needs, which can greatly enhance decision-making and, again, optimize payment processing. But overall, the biggest learning is AI has a role to play in the future of enhancing and optimizing payments. And it really was a great honor for CBA to be recognized by Swift in its first innovation challenge.
Hey, Nick, congratulations again for that. I think it's always really interesting to hear novel ways that AI can be used to optimize and remove frictions and ultimately give our customers a great experience. Thank you so much for your time talking through these insights.
Thank you so much, Carli. It's been a privilege speaking to you today.
You've been hearing from Nick Fanning, Executive Manager, International Payments at CBA. That concludes our insights on AI, international payments, and the Swift Innovation Challenge. Thank you for listening. Tune in again to hear more insights from CBA on the exciting world of global payments and moments that matter for our clients.
Things you should know. Guests featured in this podcast are speaking from their personal experiences only. As this podcast has been prepared without considering your objectives, financial situation, or needs, you should, before acting on the content, consider its appropriateness to your circumstances. CommBank does not necessarily endorse the views of a particular individual or guarantee the accuracy of the information provided.